I recently found an old diary sewn into the upholstery of an old chair I inherited from my grandmother. In the diary were entries that led to the unraveling of a family mystery. It turned out that my great-grandfather was not just an ordinary farmer, as I thought, but a spy during World War II. He left numerous notes about his assignments and even stashes of items from those years. Taking the diary, I followed in his footsteps and found one of the caches that contained old photographs, letters, and even spy equipment. This discovery completely changed my view of my family and made me proud of my heritage. When my grandmother died, I inherited her old chair. It wasn't that special at first glance, but my grandmother always said it was her favorite place in the house. One evening I decided to read a book in that chair. As I sat in it, I felt that one of the cushions had a strange firmness to it. This intrigued me and I decided to check out what was inside. Carefully cutting through the upholstery, I found an old diary. It was wrapped in a shabby cloth and looked like it was many decades old. When I opened it, I found that the diary belonged to my great-grandfather, Ivan Petrovich. This surprised me, because I had always thought of my great-grandfather as an ordinary farmer. But what I began to read completely changed my perception of him. The first entry in the diary was dated 1941. In it, great-grandfather wrote about how he was recruited into the intelligence service. He was to infiltrate occupied territories and gather information to pass on to the Soviet troops. At first I thought it was some kind of mistake. Perhaps someone else kept this diary, but subsequent entries confirmed that it was indeed my great-grandfather. The diary was full of descriptions of his missions and assignments. He wrote about how he had to meet undercover agents, relay information, and avoid capture. In one entry he mentioned creating several hiding places where he kept important documents and spy equipment. After spending a few days reading the diary, I decided to follow in his footsteps. The first clue led me to an old abandoned house that had once belonged to the family. According to my great-grandfather's description, the hiding place had to be somewhere in the basement. I took the journal with me and went in search of it. When I got to the house, I found the entrance to the basement closed and long forgotten. Opening it, I went downstairs, using a flashlight. The diary said that the hiding place was hidden behind one of the brick walls. I started looking around the walls and soon found bricks that looked a little different. With some effort, I started pulling them out and soon found a small niche. Inside were old photos, letters, and a few spy devices like miniature cameras and cipher notebooks. The photos showed my great-grandfather in various places and situations that I had never realized before. Among the letters were instructions from his handlers, and even a few letters of thanks for successfully completed missions. This discovery shook me to the core. My great-grandfather turned out to be not just an ordinary farmer, but a hero who risked his life for the sake of his homeland. When I returned home, I thought for a long time about what else might be hiding in our family heritage. This story made me proud of my roots and inspired me to further research our family history. I now plan to contact historians and experts to evaluate the documents and items I have found. Who knows, perhaps the diary and artifacts found will become part of an important historical study. But for me, this is first and foremost a personal story of heroism and dedication that will forever be remembered by our family. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more exciting new stories. Leave a comment what you think about the diary you found and share this video with your friends. See you all again.